Oh, we're talking Predator Badlands today, everybody. And is it the best Predator movie that's out there? Find out today here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
I will talk first, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. My name is Stephen Boster. I am your co-host, along with the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land. And as I look up, we're not live on Rumble because guess what? I forgot to even make the link this morning.
That's funny.
That one's
That's
on
all
me.
right. That's all right.
I'll post it later.
Listen, yeah, I'll fix it in post. I'm just kidding.
We'll fix that in post.
We'll do it live. We can't. That's all right. It's all good. You do a lot of work behind the scenes to get everything connected. No worries at all whatsoever. Well, hey, everybody.
I was more focused on our notes. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got a great show today because we are talking the one, the only Predator Badlands. For me, I'm looking forward to because I think it flips the script on Predator, and I want us to talk about that. I think that there's something interesting about that. So I'm looking forward to today. I did see it in the theaters, and I had a neighbor friend who wanted to go see it, so we went to go see it in the theaters, and then I was looking forward to seeing it again for today's show. So, and that should tell you guys what I think about the movie, just a precursor. But anyway, it's going to be good. All right. Let's see. What all do we have else today? You didn't have any geeky news, right?
No, I have
You're
no
so
geeky
funny.
news.
You're always like, it's feast or famine, Steven.
Yeah, it's famine right now. It's famine. Darth Maul's coming out, but we already talked about that. So
we already talked about that.
I did find a Darth Maul. I did find the first issue of the Darth Maul tie-in comic book for the upcoming series, and I put it in my pull, so I don't physically have it yet, but I will have it. The cover looks
cool.
awesome.
That'd be real cool. Yeah. What else there was other things coming up, and I meant to talk to you about it because I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot about this and I forgot about that. We've got Spider Noir that we're looking forward to. Maul series is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was another season of something else that we watched that I was like, oh, I got to tell you about it, but I didn't write it down. So everybody, when you get older, you got to learn to write stuff down. I'm looking forward. I'm seeing that they're doing screenshots. People are taking pictures of the Highlander movie being made right now with Henry Cavill, which looks really good. And but this isn't really geeky news, everybody, because we're not really prepared. But just different things that are happening. What else was there? Warhammer. There's a rumor going around, and this is rumor, but it's Henry Cavill is taking what he's learned with his interaction with Netflix, because doing The Witcher, because he was a big fan of The Witcher. He has applied the experiences of that to he's doing Warhammer 40K. And he has some of it is, I mean, I don't know if he's a producer on the show or something, but he's calling the shots on some stuff where he's making all the writers go through lore training, Warhammer 40K lore training and all kinds of stuff. So
wait, all the lore's got to become gamers now? All the writers got to become gamers now?
I bet you they are.
Interesting.
And also, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing how he handles that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. All right.
I guess if you're writing for a story that's based on an RPG, maybe it's a good idea that you do sit down and play the game a little bit, so you learn about it and know the ins and outs.
Yeah,
that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was like, "What?" So, I he's trying to handle the material correctly, and I think you have to for 40K. But the thing about 40K, it's kind of like Star Wars. There's this whole, I don't want to say expanded universe, but there's all these books, there's all these stories, there's all these factions and clans and history and locations and religion,
Mhm.
all kinds of stuff. So I couldn't imagine. I mean, you could probably get full time, let's say 40 hours a week as a job just to try to read up and learn all the lore. And you probably couldn't get it done in a year.
Probably not.
I know. Anyway,
Uh, our
all
friends
right.
over at Nerdery and Murdery probably understand more of that than we do.
Yeah. 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 Yes, I
Oh, you know
concur.
what?
Okay.
Speaking of gaming,
Yeah.
that's a good lead into our Kofi.
Oh, hey everybody. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me do this. Everybody, I'm gonna share my screen here. I should have been gotten this prepared. You're absolutely right, Mr. Mike. Da-da-da. I'm gonna share.
I hate it when
Let's
you
go.
feel like you got to sneeze and it doesn't come out.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. This is okay. I'm gonna go to our Kofi page. That's behind the scenes on our Kofi page, everybody. But we're gonna go to our my mouse is giving me fits. So if you go to our Kofi page, ko-fi.com /2 geeks, you can see two geeks and a microphone. There we are. Me without my little scraggly whatever we call this on my face. But we put a post out, and if you go, there's a new RSS feed for our all access members. So if you're a subscriber on the $1 tier, $2 tier, or $3 tier, you get the audio. You get the audio versions. If you are a subscriber on the $3 tier, you actually get some extra stuff, the videos of some of the things that are audio. So, for example, we just did a Lone Wolf special, Flight from the Dark, part 1. So we took the first book of Lone Wolf and we kind of start from the beginning. We walk through what the rules are, the background, what's in the book itself, and then the different types of disciplines you can have. So we created our own character, and then we started the journey, and we were like an hour and 10 minutes into it, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're still early on. We're like, this, we wanted to keep these short, like 30 minutes each kind of a thing, but we're like, we just got everything set up and going. And if you're curious
Steven
about
got so excited he couldn't stop. that's
pretty
that's
much,
that's what it was.
that's really what it was. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what was really nice about it was we were able just to go through different is in the original books, it was all you got was, hey, you got in trouble, you got to go out and get firewood, and when you come back the monastery is destroyed. Well,
Actually, I wanted to talk about that a second
yeah,
because it's basically still the same in the paperback. So I'm glad we played your hardback version because it's a slightly different experience than playing the paperback.
really.
Actually, yeah, yeah. Because when you started reading, I'm like, oh wait a minute, mine doesn't start like that. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's slightly different, and so I'm glad we chose to use your hardback version, because I think it was much more betterer. Cheers.
oh, cheers, everybody. Hey, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking Liquid Death Cherry Obituary.
Gotcha. I'm testing Zevia out.
Oh, I
And
used to drink Zevia.
this is the ginger ale one. And let me tell you, it's probably the most ginger ale drink that I've ever had. It's potent ginger.
Yeah, I used to
Like
get Zevia. Zevia is not bad.
yeah. They were at Costco. You got a big 30 case thing for like $17, maybe like 58 cents each.
Yeah, we
Kind
could
of a
only
thing.
get them here. Uh, Oh, Deerbergs. Deerbergs. That was about the only place I could find Zevia here.
Yeah.
And it was always kind of expensive too.
Yeah.
Well, so was Liquid Death too.
Yeah. Sorry, I squirreled us, everybody, what we were drinking. I do want to talk about how we go through and we read through. So we've got the book that we're showing in the video. This way you get to see the art that's in it as well, which is very unique to the Lone Wolf series. And we've got where we even have it where we use Google's dice roller so that we
oh
yeah, here, let me get there it goes.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were kind of excited because we got the max health that you could get. Not so much on the combat skill, but
see, I got our sheet right here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, our combat skill was 13.
Yeah. Yeah. We rolled a 3. So yeah, then we did another roll and we got a 1. And we're like, yeah, never mind.
I think we'll stick with the 3.
Yeah. So we talked about each of the disciplines that we chose and why, and created our character.
That was fun too, because you and I divided that up. You would choose one, I would choose one, and so on and so forth.
It was funny how we were kind of on the same page of what we would pick too. So pardon the pun, on the same page. Kind of a thing. So anyway, please check that out, everybody. That is only for subscribers only. Yes, it is. How did I say that? Anyway, for those that are subscribers, it's only for you. So we appreciate your support and want to do something special and something nice. And we're doing a kind of a playthrough of the Lone Wolf, Lone Book 1. And if it goes really well, we may do Book 2 and just continue on. Or we may just do it and just say, hey, we're doing it because we're having a good time with it. So
right.
It was fun. It was hard to stop. We were like, oh, we better stop because we've hit a marker moment. But we're still in the main battle in the monastery. So
yeah, it was quite unusual. I was the one that went, hey, Stephen, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
Yeah. So there you have it, everybody. So please check out our Ko-fi page. And if you can support us, we greatly appreciate it. You can get to the Ko-fi page through our website at 2geeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com.
And there is a
to the bright light.
A clicky button that says support us on Ko-fi.
Yes. Yep. And that'll take you there. So, and you can even tip us on Ko-fi. You don't have to become a subscriber, and we greatly appreciate it and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I think I did put the audio if you're a subscriber or if you've ever tipped us. I think. Now
that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get into some more Geekdar stuff then.
Yes. Go with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all.
All right.
You know, if we did that would that count as a classic sci-fi if we did that for Ko-fi?
Spaceballs?
Yeah.
We should. I'm writing it down.
On our list. I think that needs to go on our list. Of course, we make the rules for what's considered classic sci-fi. So whatever we decide.
All right. I put it down. Spaceballs.
All right,
it's
cool.
Down.
Awesome. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go ahead. I'm going to get mine up real quick.
Okay. Then don't call me a goat head. Let's see. I'm trying to find the screen where I can share. Do I have that? Do we have that? Ah, there we go. Mike's screen share. Bingo. Oh, yeah. I got yours up there.
That's mine.
Add the scene. There we go. All right.
Here. Let me help.
Please.
Why is mine up there?
I don't know.
Let's kill that.
You're so violent.
Oops. And voila.
All right,
Everybody
there we go.
editing on the fly.
All right. So Steven was he surprised me last week. Bought me a gift. So there's a thing called Humble Bundle. I always have a hard time saying that. I want
Yeah.
to call it Humble Bumble. Um yeah, that's the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Anyway, and he's very humble. But no, it's Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is a charity event, and they do all these different charities where they offer all kinds of digital content and stuff like that, and you can get them for very very low prices, and you get a lot of content in it. Well, this year, during one of their events, they did the Big Finish Audio Doctor Who. And I've said many a times on this show that I am a big fan of Big Finish Audio. It is to me
Yep.
like the standard, and not just audio books, but the whole audio theater of the mind
Mhm.
aspect. And
I
so,
love how you say that, theater of the mind.
thank you. But that, I mean, that really is what it is, because man, they have these incredible sound effects, and they have all the sound from the show, all the proper opening music. So each doctor they do, they actually have that doctor's theme music and everything. So
Mm.
yeah, it's very good, and they got all the proper sound effects to the TARDIS, and the TARDIS sounds change between doctors too, because each one has their own,
Oh, what
yeah,
interesting tidbits.
neat
I didn't
thing.
realize that kind of stuff. Wow, okay.
Yeah, you can really geek out on this stuff. You really can, as a Doctor Who fan. Anyway, so one of the first ones I listened to was a David Tennant story, a 10th Doctor story, and it features Rose. Dang it, what's her name? Megan?
Billy Piper.
No, not Bill. Or no, not Rose. I'm sorry, River.
Said Rose.
River. I did
Alex
say Rose.
Kingston.
Alex Kingston, who played River. River
Oh,
Song.
okay.
And there is a second Doctor in it too. If you could see the picture close enough, you know who it is, and I'll leave that for a kind of a teaser though. If you know your doctors, you know who it is, but I won't say who it is. Anyway, so River, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you know that River Song was introduced near the end of David Tennant's run, and David Tennant has no idea who River Song is. And then we later find out that River Song becomes sort of the Doctor's wife to the 11th Doctor. And then we find out other things about River. I'll leave those for, spoiler stuff.
Okay.
Right. Yes, exactly. That's perfect. River does say that. Spoilers. But anyway, throughout the Big Finish stuff, River has run into David Tennant quite a few times, and she is quite the mystery to him, because he has no clue who she is, and she won't tell him. But she is very, what's the word I could say?
He's the 10th Doctor, and she's
Yes.
married to the 11th Doctor.
Yes, she's married to the 11th Doctor, or she
Okay.
eventually was married to the 11th Doctor.
She seems to kind of like flirt with the 10th Doctor, though.
Yeah, she really, really likes the 10th Doctor quite a bit, but she doesn't want to let on who she is. So she just plays this little cat and mouse game with him, and it's quite fun, So she's very infatuated with him. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a very fun story. Again, sound effects are top notch, very good, and Alex Kingston and David Tennant play their characters to a T in this. I mean, if you're a fan of Doctor Who and a fan of David Tennant, you're gonna listen to this and go, "Oh yeah, that's the Doctor and that's River," So yeah, that's my geek dart for today. Doctor Who expiry dating from the Humble Bundle pack.
Nice. Yeah, I should bring that up. Humble Bundle. Humblebundle.com. I'm on their email list too. So you don't worry about this club thing here, but if you go to bundles, they've been around for 15 years. They're celebrating 15 years. You can do games, books, or software. So games, these are for your PC games, but they have different game bundles. And then how it works is they're not a sponsor, everybody, or an affiliate or anything like
No.
that. But you can do different games, and then they have different, time periods. But the money is the money gets split between Humble Bundle, a charity, and then whoever the producer is of the games or the books or the software. So, I'll do books a lot because I love to read stuff. So right now the big thing they got right now is Terry Pratchett's Discworld, and you can get a whole bunch of those books for like $20, and they go to Kobo if you have a Kobo reader. Those are in role playing games. They've got Shadowrun, the complete 4th edition collection. It's like, I don't know how many. It's all digital. So here, we'll pop it up. So it's you can pay $25 for 90 items.
Wow.
If you 45 items are like pay $15 for. 24 items, you can get it for $5. And it so obviously the 90 item bundle is everything, but the first thing that you get is the 4th edition rule book. So you get the rule books and all these other adventures and stuff. So if you're into like the role playing stuff, but the bundles, all kinds of different books, Terry Pratchett stuff, but they had on there. I don't think it's still up here anymore. It is not up here anymore. So, anyway, just I thought of you because you love Big Finish Audio, and I was like, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Doctor Who, and so I think I got like 18 or 19 audiobooks.
Something like that. And this one story itself, if you bought it on Big Finish, I think it's $20. So just
Yeah.
for this one story.
Yeah.
Big Finish, I will warn you, they're expensive, and they're addicting too. Especially if you're a Doctor Who fan, because you'll listen to some of it. Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor was the one who really got me hooked into Big Finish, because Big Finish actually continued Doctor Who while it was off the air with Paul McGann, because Paul McGann, some people could say he broke the franchise, because, or him and BBC and their kind of collaboration with Fox at the time, they created the Doctor Who movie, which like it or not, I think it's halfway decent. I think it's a decent movie. But Paul McGann is a fantastic Doctor, and he didn't get enough screen time in my favor, in my opinion. But he's gotten plenty of stories on Big Finish. He's probably now the longest running Doctor of them all, because of his time with Big Finish. So
nice. Yeah. Paul McGann. Which one was he? I'm pulling him up real quick to see which one he was. Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember when that movie came out, because it came out on TV and you were like, oh, you got to watch this. And I started it and I didn't know what was going on. So I was a little confused. But he was in that. I remember that.
Oh yeah. He regenerated from the 7th Doctor in that. The 7th Doctor actually gets killed in a very violent way, which is kind of unlike Doctor Who. But he was killed very violently, and then Paul McGann regenerates, and immediately he's swooped off to a hospital. And if you know anything about the Doctor, well, he's a Gallifreyan, and Gallifreyans have 2 hearts. So this freaked the doctors out when they're trying, and then he wakes up in the middle of it and he's like, you're killing me. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it. And there's some parts of it, it's like, yeah, this wasn't very good. But then, it's not bad. I mean, it's a decent story.
Yeah.
and it's just Paul McGann just didn't get a shot. That's all. And man, he really made up for that with Big Finish. So
Nice. Love it. Love it. Very cool. Brenda says David Tennant is her doctor. She says can't blame her for her infatuation. There will be marriage counseling for Mike and Brenda right after the show. Just kidding. And all. Oh, Roger says let's play Hero Quest.
I love Hero Quest.
Yeah. Oops. All right. Well, okay. Let's let me do mine real quick. I'm sorry, everybody. I got to talking about Big Finish, and I'm pretty excited for you on that. That you're enjoying that. Let me hit mine real quick. Everybody, I watched a movie with my wife. We did Song Sung Blue. It was on Peacock, and
Peacock.
Yep. And we thought it was a biopic on Neil Diamond. But when we started watching it, we realized it was about a cover band or cover couple, the husband and wife. And it was kind of how they met. They were those acts, the cover band acts. And so how they came together, it's based on a true story. And so it's really interesting. It's very interesting. They're how they became very popular in I want to say Milwaukee area, I think is what they said. And it's just a nice story. And we enjoyed it. And was it worth seeing? Yes. Because if you like music, if you like those kinds of things, like if it's Kate Hudson, Hugh Jackman, they actually sing their own stuff. I even had to look it up. I was like, are they actually singing in here? They are. And so they do a great job of all kinds of different things. So she sang some Patsy Cline songs, and then and he was doing some other groups, and they came together and started doing a Neil Diamond experience. Lightning and Thunder was their name and stuff like that. So it was their story of their past, the things that they dealt with in their past, and then coming together, and then they get married, and then they do this, and then there's a tragedy that occurs with her. Plus, he has heart issues, and they so it was just interesting, their story about how they had to let the band go for a while, and then they started making a comeback, and so it was a really interesting story. It was better than I thought it would be.
They didn't uncover a conspiracy theory about hospitals and selling body parts and stuff like that, did they?
No, not in that one.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
I watched that, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah. Wow, that thing's like a train wreck, man. You just can't stop watching it.
Right.
It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. What was that called? What was that called again?
I don't remember, but it was an Elvis. It was a brother dual act of Elvis impersonators, and the one brother just went nuts and went on this whole conspiracy theory about
it's a documentary on Netflix, everybody.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, it was. It's the same for us. We watched it. We just couldn't. You're right. You just can't look away because you're just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever watched.
I mean, some of it is like, okay, I understand why he thinks that, and then other parts of it, you're like, wait a minute, could that have really happened?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, very much so. All right, here we go. Let's go, everybody. We're gonna hit the. Oh, did you have anything else on your Geektar?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
For today.
All right. Well, let's hit the main event, shall we? It's time for the main event. All right. We are talking Predator Badlands, and I'm super excited for this. So I'm curious to get Mike's take. We have saved it for the podcast.
Yep, we have not discussed at all what either one of us feel about this movie.
Right, right. I'll start off. So real quick, everybody, it is the story of a Yautja, so a predator from the Yautja clan, who ends up going on a quest to fight the biggest, baddest monster so he can be accepted by his father, accepted by his clan, and move up in the clan.
We're going on an adventure.
You should
seen
cut that out.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. And so so he goes to this planet, and it's just kind of the things that happen in his growth as a predator, and who he is, who he becomes, and then what happens from it. And so I that's just general overview. What makes this movie a little different is, usually the predator's been the monster, the evil monster that you have to deal with, or even in even the first Predator movie with Arnold, back to the chopper.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yes. And so you got this monster, which is really good, but which sparked off the whole thing. So, so then the other story is that he's always been kind of an evil thing. In this one, it's what I mentioned earlier. It kind of flips the script. Are you rooting for the predator kind of thing? It makes you ask that question, and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I'm kind of rooting for the predator. And just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, quite a bit, in fact. And there are some scenes in it that, if you were able to see it in a theater, it gives you these huge wide shots of this alien planet several times, and it was just fantastic. I because of the story's really good. It's the best Predator story, in my opinion, of the Predator stories. I think it's better than the first one. And where I think that the first one is great in its own right. Don't get me wrong. For a 80s action monster flick, it's really good. And for what it is, this one actually gives you more lore, more story, of the Yautja. And what's interesting is I just fell in love with this. The scenes were beautiful. The action was great, very tense action oriented, and the fight sequences were fantastic. So I give this a good 9 out of 10. Oh, what are we going to use? Should we do 9 out of 10?
We're going to use Buds, or as I like to call him, Sonic the Monkey Hog. Or Sonic the Hedge Monkey, I mean.
Right. Yeah. There's this creature that we see him kind of ball up like Sonic, and that's how he moves. Hardens his skin and then moves. So, okay, we'll do that. 9 out of 10 Buds.
Okay. Megan, do you want to give your take on this? Because you watched it too. I'm not forcing you. I mean, if you want to. All right.
Okay, give me just a second.
Let's bring Megan in and let her give her take.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Megan recently watched the original Predator. We watched that a few months ago in anticipation for this coming up, actually.
Yeah.
So she can kind of give her take on the original Predator versus this Predator.
Okay. All right, Megan, go for it.
I liked the original Predator. Still don't think it's quite a horror movie.
No.
Yeah, I agree. It's not.
It's an adventure.
But
we're going on an adventure, Mike. I love that. We're going to have to cut that out, splice it, and add it as a sound clip.
But the original gets thrown in with a lot of classic horror, because I think it goes along with Alien. Which Alien I would definitely consider a horror movie. But I really like this divergence from suspense, because it's not really suspenseful for this one. But and I like the creatures, and yeah, I'd probably give it a 9 too. 9? I really like it.
So you giving it 9, Sonic the Hedge Monkey?
Yes.
All right. So my take, first of all, I love the original Predator. It is one of my favorites. And that's always going to be number one as far as Predator goes for me. However, this movie was quite the interesting not wrong turn, left turn at Albuquerque.
Okay.
I won't call it a wrong turn at Albuquerque, just a left turn at Albuquerque. Like you said, it diverges away from the mystery of the Predator, which I enjoyed. I did enjoy the mystery of the Predator and not knowing where he's from, not really
Mhm.
understanding, because you learn throughout the series, oh, these predators, I mean, they're exactly what they're called. They're predators, they're hunters,
Yeah.
and they go throughout the universe hunting the best game they can find, so on and so
Yeah.
forth. Okay, so but this takes a left turn because obviously he's not the monster in this. He's actually the antagonist in this one, or no, not
Protagonist.
our protagonist in this one instead of the
Yes,
antagonist
he's
in this.
yes.
And I didn't know going into it if I was going to like it, but as the story progressed, I was like, okay, I kind of like this. Now, I don't want every Predator movie to go in this direction. I don't want to see
Okay.
that at all, because
Right.
I want my predators to be badass hunters,
Yeah.
But this was a nice diversion from that storyline, and I think it actually worked. I think they actually took a gamble with this. I'm not sure what the overall feel of Predator fandom is about this film, but so I think they took a gamble in that aspect, and to me, that gamble worked.
Mhm.
This had a good dynamic between the Predator, the synthetic, and the alien creature, and that's not something a Predator would normally do, and I just think it worked. The connectivity between the three of them was really well. They had a good symmetry, I guess,
Mhm.
between them,
Sure.
and I
And
enjoyed.
between the 3, you mean who when you say the 3? The
I
Predator?
mean, the Predator, Deck, I believe that
Uh-huh.
was his name. The
Yeah.
synth, her name was
Thalia. Or
no,
Thea.
Thea.
Mhm.
Thea and Tessa. That's right. Thea.
Yeah.
And then Thea named the little creature Bud. And then later we'll find out the little creature is
What the creature was, yeah.
right. He was very important to the story.
She-
So with that said, I would actually give this an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Sonic the Hedge Monkey.
Right. Right on.
And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. And Predator isn't normally fun. It's just an awesome action film.
Right.
Where it was fun, and I wasn't expecting that out of a Predator movie. So
Yeah.
it may not be for every Predator fan, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it because I really liked it.
Nice.
So, and it was good. So it was all kinds of, it starts off, the beginning of the movie, everybody starts off with he and his brother. Yeah, I couldn't tell if they were practicing together, just fighting each other, kind of a thing. But man, it looked awfully real, like they were after each other, kind of a thing. I mean, they were going at it. And his brother was bigger than he was, and you find out that he is not the brother. Quay is the name of the brother, and then his name was Deck, and Deck is kind of the runt of the litter, kind of a framework, and so his brother was pushing him to be better, to be good, and it was a great fight sequence in a cave, up and down, just with their tools and quick reactions and stuff. And then find his brother. Okay, it's time for you to go do your quest, your adventure, your kill. You've got to bring back your trophy. It's time to do that to get your place. But in the process, his dad rolls up, who's huge predator. He's like the head
I
of the
loved his
clan.
mask and the antlers coming off his mask and everything.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I don't know if there's
he was a cool looking Predator, and we got some different looks for the Predator in this. Like Deck looks a lot different than you expect a normal Predator to look like.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Well, that one's not going to come out. I'm trying to see if I could get another picture of his dad, but it's not pumping up real well. So, but yeah, it was good. So the dad throws Deck into a net, for lack of electric net, and his brother's like, "You haven't killed him already?" Kind of a thing. It was like, "Oh my goodness," and so his brother ends up trying to save Dex, and then in the process, the ship takes off, but his brother gets killed by his dad
Right.
and that was tragic. You see two brothers love. The reason you find out is the older brother was saved. His life was saved by the younger brother. And so there's a certain level of, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you kind of
And
framework.
I think that's where this movie actually goes in a different route than a normal Predator movie, because you're already seeing two brothers who care for each other, and
Yeah.
you don't expect that. You expect more of the dad, the
Yeah.
way the dad is, So that was quite different out of the gate for a Predator movie. And again, I don't know how diehard Predator fans took that, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fresh. It was different.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't want to see every Predator movie follow the same formula. So
Mm-hmm.
just because you were successful with this, I mean, you can continue with this formula for this character, but don't turn around and make every Predator the same. I
Yeah.
don't want that. I want other Predators to have different personalities and,
Yes.
the killer instinct in them and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah. So he goes to the planet. I guess they're calling the planet the Badlands, but it had its own name. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
I
it
can't
was.
remember the name of the planet. I don't think my notes has
Yeah.
that either. Anyway.
Yeah. Brenda says she would give it a 9. She loved how he made his own clan.
That's surprising for her because she doesn't really like to watch the original Predator because she thinks it's a little too violent.
Oh.
But again, it's different.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say even if you aren't a fan of the original,
I can't hear her.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah, we can't hear you.
I'd say if you're even if you're not a fan of the original, if you like found family, watch it.
Found family, what a great
that's
term.
a good term. Yeah, I like that. Found family.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, so what were your favorite parts?
Favorite parts. Let's see. When he meets what is her name again? Thea. When he meets Thea, I love that. I love how she speaks his language right off the bat and surprises him. And then well, of course I love the 3PO Chewbacca aspect of the film. That was great.
Yeah, just for those that hadn't seen it, when he's on the planet, he comes across a synth, which is Thea, and she's like, "Hey, I can help you if you help me," kind of thing. Looks like she was trapped and stuff, but she didn't have her bottom legs.
Yeah, and he even picks her up and goes, "What happened to your legs?"
Right.
Oh, that's another thing. The Predator talks a lot in this movie too, which is something we've never gotten in a Predator movie. They very rarely talk in most of the Predator films. It's
yeah.
far.
I mean, they've got their own language and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And then it was cool how they. I liked how Megan had put it when we were watching it. She kind of broke the fourth wall when she said, "Okay, I'm going to talk this way. That way you can hear me in your language, but others can hear
in their
language. Referring to us in the audience." And
yes,
it was like, okay, that's
and it works for translations,
right? Doctor Who has a similar thing. The TARDIS,
which is the first thing I said.
Sure, the TARDIS actually translates what's going on. So the Doctor and his companions, because they travel in the TARDIS, when they go somewhere, they actually hear an alien in their
language.
And a lot of people knew traveling with the Doctor, like, wait a minute, how come I can understand these aliens? And then he has to explain the TARDIS is translating for us. So it was a similar thing to Doctor Who, just to tie it into my my
another Doctor Who, right? Your humble one. That's awesome.
The first watch, I said, What she thinks she's the TARDIS.
Yeah, yeah.
When we watched it last night, I said, I like that. I like the subtle fourth wall break.
And I loved when she finally gets her legs back. She's trying to fix herself, and then Deck gets thrown through the room and rips her back apart.
Yeah. Just like, really?
That was hilarious. So.
Yeah, he was there to fight the Callisk. And so he was busy fighting it. This huge monster is crazy. He's like, oh my goodness. And then and he's getting thrown all over the place. And one time it looks like she's almost done, and he throws in there and breaks her apart again. So yeah.
So funny. Are you kidding me? So yeah, that was one of my favorite parts too. And then I loved Bud, and he just reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog. Go ahead, Megan.
She.
Oh yeah, she. I'm sorry, you're right. She. I forget. Yeah, well, he forgot she was a she too.
Yeah,
because they do that in the movie too. But
yep.
yeah, Sonic the Hedge Monkey was great.
Yeah, it was a great little companion and stuff. I loved one of the unique things about this experience was a planet that everything is dangerous. Grass that's sharp and will cut you up. The creatures just come out of nowhere. The plants that spore poison darts. Snake eel creatures that spit acid, worms that when you throw them, they explode.
That opening scene on the planet, when you see the one little creature, then you see the next creature eat it. I have to give Brenda credit for this because Brenda goes, there's always a bigger fish, referring to Star Wars episode.
Star Wars, nice.
Qui-Gon Jinn. And yeah, she was absolutely right. That's exactly what happened, because one ate the other, and then another one ate that one, and then that one got run over by the ship. I think that was just foreshadowing the danger of this planet, because like she said, everything on this planet wants to kill you. And then there was a Wizard of Oz moment for me. That's pretty funny. Brenda had a Star Wars moment. I had a Wizard of Oz moment. So like when the trees were coming down at him and attacking him and everything, I looked at Brenda and went, how would you feel if somebody pulled an apple off of you?
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Oh goodness. I really enjoyed, I mean, then we get the aliens connection because she's a Wayland Kutani.
Yes.
Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right.
Yutani.
Wayland Yutani.
Yutani, yeah. Thank you. Wayland Yutani synth, which is a direct tie to the Aliens universe.
Yes.
And even the voice of the mother thing was also used in the same what was the other movie? The Aliens, the Romulus.
Yes,
a movie that we watched and we did. And so I enjoyed the tie-in, but I just thought it was really cool that we had this again, somewhat of a crossover. No aliens, but the corporation and what they were trying to do was trying to capture this Balisk, this huge monster. And that was kind of their point of being on the planet. And so how she came together Thea came together with Deck, a predator, in order to, try to help him with his quest. And so I thought it was really interesting how they did that, how they brought them together. Your dog came in, didn't she?
Yes, Luna came in. How'd you know?
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The synth is a direct tie to Aliens, and I remember when we first started seeing the trailers to this, I was like, Steven, do you think they're getting ready to cross over again? Because we've had Alien Predator crossovers. We had AVP, which is funny because, as fans of both Predator and Alien growing up, we all wanted that to happen. We all wanted the Alien versus Predator because there's that hint of it in Predator 2, which, by the
Yes.
way, I like Predator 2. That one stars Danny Glover, and
Yeah.
it is a cool movie too. I don't care.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still a good movie. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you go from jungle warfare to urban warfare.
Yes.
Between the two.
Great way. That's a great way to put it. Yes.
And I like that. But at the end of that Predator movie, you see the inside of the Predator ship, and that's where you start seeing his collection of trophies from all his kills. So every kill he makes, he keeps a trophy from it. And one of his trophies was a alien skull. And every Predator fan freaked out. They're like, oh my God, we're going to get aliens versus Predators. This is going to be so awesome, blah, blah, blah. And it took many, many years because they were owned by two different companies. I don't remember which company owned which, but they were owned by two different
20th Century
companies.
Fox was one of them.
Right. 20th Century Fox. And then I can't think of
Was
who
it
owned.
Max? Was
I don't know. But anyway,
Google today.
And there was a lot of legal issues of getting them together and come together, and then we finally got AVP, and no one liked it. So hopefully this will be a way to get us a good alien Predator crossover.
Yeah,
that's my hope out of all this.
Let's see. So, Alien franchise is owned by Walt Disney because it's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. Predator is 20th Century Fox. That's where they are right now. But I'd have to go in deeper to see.
Back in the day, I think they were owned by two different companies, though.
Yeah.
And I think that was the whole problem. You had a legal issue with bringing the two of them together, and it took many years to get them together. But one of the other things that I enjoyed is we kind of had this parallel story between Tess and Thea, right? Tess and Thea.
Yeah.
And then Dak and his father, because
family kind of a thing.
Well, family. Tess looked at Thea as being broken, and she has to get rid of her. And
the
Dak's father looks at him as the runt or broken also, and has to get rid of him. And that's that similarity between the two. When Dak sees there's a similarity between his story and her story, and she didn't find that out until all this happened, and everything. That's what brings them together. And I thought that was a good part of the plot of this story, and how to bring them together and give them this parallel storyline.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I thought it was great because it was really about Dak was trying to become part of the Yautja clan, like truly a Yautja. And it was his father's clan, and that was kind of his goal. He was going to do whatever he could to defeat this monster that even scared his father. And then with Tess and Thea, they were given emotions compared to the other sense there, that what set them apart. But yet it was obvious. Elle Fanning did a great job, and where she went through and what really acted both characters very well.
I liked what Brenda says here. I thought more of the relationship between brothers and sisters. Brothers actually cared for each other. One of the sisters didn't. That's true. That's true.
That's good. That's good, Brenda. Yes.
Yeah, I saw the parallel between Dak and his dad, and then the two sisters, rather than the two brothers and the two sisters. But I mean, it is the same. It's the exact same story. His father sees him as broken, and her sister sees her as broken.
So we see that Dak comes back home to his father and says, "Hey, I want my cloak. I want my cloaking device because I've earned it. I want to, but here's my kill, or here's my trophy." throws the trophy at his feet, and then as far as like, yeah, no, which I thought was like, what kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, his dad never planned on giving him anything.
Right.
He could have completely brought the monster to him, and and it wouldn't have mattered to him. It wasn't going to happen. Oh, I also like the predators always have very unique weapons.
Yes.
And I liked how Deck, even though he had his own weapons, he had some cool weapons too. He had that night. Well, he had the sword. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm going all over the place here.
There's a lot in this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll come back to that. Remind me to come back to the sword and Sonic the Hedge Monkey.
Okay.
Anyway, but he had the sword, which kind of had that I don't know, laser lightsaber
edge to it. Yeah.
Plasma sword.
Plasma sword. Okay. It's a laser sword, as George Lucas would say.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and he had, I don't know, like the boomerang thing, which also had that plasma to it, and he had the bow and arrow, but he started making his own weapons from all the
environment
things from the environment. And I thought that was cool and showed his ingenuity, which is not something we hadn't really seen out of the Predator before. And I enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. Just showing his ingenuity and to me going, yeah, maybe he's not as the weakling as you think he is. He's pretty smart,
Yeah.
I like that. I also liked when she explains the wolf on Earth and how the wolf,
the alpha,
right? You have the alpha wolf, and he goes, I will be the alpha wolf. And she's like, well, I don't think you understand what an alpha wolf is. The alpha wolf protects his clan. And he goes, oh, and because he thinks the alpha is the one with the most kills. And she goes, no, the alpha is the one who protects the clan. He goes, well, I'll be the alpha with the most kills.
Right. Yes,
because he's obsessed with the killing.
Yeah.
Which I mean is very Predator like. So
yes, that was a good moment. That was funny.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to go back. So we had the moment with Deck and with Sonic the Hedge Monkey. I like that better than Bud. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, and Sonic the Hedge Monkey is mimicking everything that Deck does.
Yeah.
And I think at one point Deck kind of gets annoyed with it, and he pulls out the sword and ignites the plasma on it.
Yeah.
And then, and then all of a sudden the camera goes back to Sonic the Hedge Monkey. And then all of a sudden he holds up a stick with a
flame on it. Yep.
I was like, oh my God, that was so hilarious. I love it. I like this creature.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's different than any other Predator movie. You've got these moments of family, these moments of humor amidst the action and the drama of everything. And yeah, that was a really good scene.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So should we reveal who Sonic the Hedge Monkey is?
Yeah, go for it.
So we find out that Sonic the Hedge Monkey is actually the child to the Callisk that Deck is hunting, and he doesn't know it until close to the end of the film. And we find that out because the Callisk goes to attack Deck, and then all of a sudden the Callisk smells her child on him, and she backs off.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of saved him, because she would have killed him. I think she would have. I think she would have murdered him.
Yeah.
I don't think he had the physical edge on that monster whatsoever.
No, but I mean, the other thing about that Callisk is you can't kill it. It's unkillable. You're like,
right.
First you were like, oh, he cuts off the tail, like, nice. And like, oh, immediate regeneration, Wolverine, Deadpool kind of a thing,
Now I question.
Deadpool's a little slower.
I questioned that because I was like, is this monster a synth?
No,
Just the way, you don't think so? Okay.
no. I think it's a creature in its habitat and it adapted. Yeah, but
Okay.
even then, when it cut off the head, I was like, well, that's it. That was the
Uh-huh.
way to do it. And you're like, what is this
Nope.
thing doing? It's. I'm like, he did, she did, they all did.
And yes, Brenda called it. Brenda called
Oh.
that the Sonic the Hedge monkey was the child.
was the baby? Yeah, was the child? Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, very cool. Yeah, and it was good. It was the end where, even when at the end when they were trying to save the callus because it had been captured, and he was coming back for it. And that whole big sequence of attacking everyone was great. It was just fantastic.
Oh,
It was a
yeah.
one-man army. And then when he saves Thea, she's thinking that he's still after the callus for the trophy, but he's like, no. And then he realizes then there's the reveal of, the child to her, that the child
Right.
was a baby callus, and so, which was good. So it was fun to see them then all work together to bring down the sister and all that happened there.
And then eventually bring down the father too. So,
Yes.
Yeah, there's another parallel. And
Yeah.
the bud, the baby, he grew fast.
Right.
Because by the time they got to the Predator's planet, he was pretty large. I mean, he wasn't as large as his mother, but
Right.
he was pretty large. I also have another Doctor Who connection.
Okay.
When we saw the close-up of the face of the Callisk, immediately I went, the Callisk looks a lot like the face of Bo from Doctor Who.
And who's Bo in Doctor Who?
Well, the face of Bo is this kind of mysterious character that's been around for centuries. And then we later find out that, should I give it away, Megan?
No.
Okay. We later find out it's one of
it's somebody we know.
Yeah, somebody we know from the Ninth and 10th Doctor's adventures.
Gotcha.
He's kind of a off and on companion to the Ninth and 10th Doctors.
Okay.
But yeah, we find out that he becomes the face of Bo later on. I won't say who it is in case somebody doesn't know and they're wanting to get into Doctor Who, and
yeah,
because it's a fun surprise. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, holy cow, that looks like the face of Bo to me.
That's funny.
So yeah, we have a few Doctor Who references in here.
And I'm sitting here comparing it to a horror game.
Yeah, what did you compare it to? I don't remember.
Well, I didn't say it out loud, but I've been thinking, because the face reminds me, like the structure of the muzzle kind of reminds me of a lion. So I've been, and then the fact that it also like kind of spreads out, it reminds me of Poppy Playtime. And there's a toy in that's a monster. And it's called Yarnaby, and it's this big yarn lion that his face splits open, so it reminds me of Yarnaby.
Huh.
Okay.
And that's from what? And that's from what again?
Poppy Playtime, or Poppy Playtime. It's a horror game.
Okay.
The 5th chapter just came out.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
What's the so what do you think is let's reveal at the very, very end. So the dad is dead. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead. Because the callous child bites his head off. I mean, he was defeated and was thrown into the little snare, and it's like, oh, maybe the wrong son died, or the right son lived, or whatever, or I don't remember. But then the callus comes up and bites his head off, which was just awesome, because that's where you're like, oh my gosh, he's grown. And then all of a sudden this ship comes on the horizon, and what does he say? What was it?
She says, who is that landing, or something like that, and he says, that's my mother. And then he draws his sword. So apparently Mama is even worse than Daddy.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious on the lore on that. If there's anything on there, what is the? Here, I'll just ask Google real quick. What is the
While you're doing
predator?
that, so that kind of reminded me of an old Bill Cosby bit, and Bill Cosby always said that no one was ever afraid of anyone's dad when he was growing up, but the minute somebody said, "I'm getting my mom," get out of here, he's getting his mom. I think it was Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
I think it was a Bill Cosby bit.
Let's see. In the Predator franchise, specific Predator Badlands, the mother is teased as a powerful, high-ranking female Yautja arriving to confront the protagonist's deck. This character shift
Are we
signifies.
keeping you awake, Steven?
I know. I don't know why I keep yawning today. I'd probably need to have some caffeine. This character signifies a shift toward exploring Yautja society, matriarchal leadership, and potentially changing the traditional violent hunting code, likely setting up a future conflict. So, but that's it. That's all we've got.
Yeah, see, I could see this predator going up against a different predator clan, and I think that would be interesting. So that's one interesting storyline we could get out of it, and we could also bring in more of the synths and possibly the aliens from the Alien franchise. So, yeah, there's a few different routes they could take going out of this film that I think could be really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens next. Of course, we've done an episode on the Killer of Killers, which was a Hulu animated, which is by the same director, kind of creating a whole like new universe. And then we saw Prey. We talked about Prey as well, which was good, and because it had a tie into Predator 2. And then and now we've got this one. It just makes me interested where they're headed. I'm intrigued with the story and the lore of what they're doing.
Yeah, I am too. I think the Predator still has a good franchise ahead of it. So
yeah,
hopefully.
Excellent. All right. Well, anything else?
I think we've covered pretty much everything we can in this film.
Was it worth seeing? Was it worth having a Disney Plus subscription?
Did I watch it on Disney Plus? I don't even remember what I watched it on. Sure. I guess that's where I watched it. Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this movie.
Have to be.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's Fox, and Fox is owned by Disney. Yeah. I didn't know where I watched it. I just searched for it, found it, went click. I didn't go on the Disney app though, actually, and get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Apple TV has a search function that kind of searches through several things, and it'll show you where you can watch it and stuff. And sometimes the cover will come up, and you just click on it, and it just starts playing. And like this, I didn't even know where I was playing it from. So
yeah,
I didn't care. Honestly, I was like, "Oh, okay, great. There's the movie." Click.
That's funny. Well, I got the Disney Plus. Did you have commercials? I had commercials.
I did not, because we don't have commercials in Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness. We have commercials in one of our other subscriptions though.
Yeah, we've got it with Peacock too.
Yeah, I think Peacock we do too. So yeah, I got to watch this the way it should be.
Commercial free. Nice. Yeah. It made for great bathroom breaks and snack breaks.
So you already confirmed that this is a good movie. I mean, obviously it's not in theaters anymore, but
yeah,
it was a good movie to see in theater. I missed it.
It was good to see in theaters. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I can see how some of those scenes would have been really nice on the big screen.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Very cool. All right. Well, that's all I've got. That's all I got to say about that.
And I think it's obvious there were no Steven skips in this.
No, there were no Steven skips.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, none, zero.
Oh, and we watched it twice too. So,
okay.
Once last weekend, and then we rewatched it last night. Although I have to admit, last night I was falling asleep, but that's just because I was dead tired. So,
sure.
It had nothing to do with the film whatsoever.
That's funny.
and I had already seen it once. I was just kind of watching it to refresh myself for today's podcast. That's all. So,
Right on.
all right.
Cool. All right, everybody. Well, with that, we're going to close out the show. Appreciate you hanging out with us and being a part of the show. Please check out our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. And there you will find all things Two Geeks. As you saw earlier, you can get to our link to our Ko-fi page at ko-fi.com/Two Geeks, where you can get just for $3. If you want to support us for 1 month for $3, you get access to everything that we've got up there, and especially our Flight from the Dark Lone Wolf Book 1, where we begin that journey. And you can hear us kind of talk about the battles, and we didn't discuss that, where we kind of talk about, okay, we rolled really, really well, what would have happened, kind of a thing. And we've got some good battle stories. The other thing is, from our website, you can also go to our merch page or go to twogeeksmicmerch.com. And then if you want to reach out to us and say hey, or ask us any questions or anything, go at show@twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. So with that said, if you've made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on all the socials that we are active on. And we are currently active on Facebook and Instagram. I try to post sometimes funny memes or upcoming information about the show. Like our Ko-fi special that we just did. We got some other things planned for Ko-fi too. I am currently trying to write up a Mike Has Issues that's going to tie to our Killing Joke episode from last week. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully by the end of the month, I'll have that one up on Ko-fi. We'll see what I can get done. Not promising anything, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so don't hold me to it, but I do want to get it done. Anyway, so you'll also get information about when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math. You do the math on the rest, because I don't like math. And we are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble most of the time when I get
most of the time, but we'll get it posted on Rumble too. Yeah.
All our Rumble subscribers, I'll have it up later today.
It's all good.
All right. And
well, that's all I got. So,
all right.
Okay.
I guess no need to ask. Please do not Steven skip this episode, because we are much more better than the rest. We're going on an adventure.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,